of WWE 2K19 Custom Universe Mode. Today, episode 17, as you see in the title, the Go Home episode of SmackDown Live before Summerslam, which will be tomorrow, of course, ladies and gentlemen. But today, hold on, we got ourselves an episode of SmackDown to get through. So let's just tweak some of the audio stuff. Boom, send that off. Tweak the audio stuff, but you know what I mean. Let me send off all my stuff that I do here at the beginning of the episode. I will be with you guys in just one moment. Garrett. Boom, and back. Reach. Is this going to be stupid for me today, or is it going to continue to give me what I want? Boom. Send that off to him, and So, how's everybody doing today? Of course, if you're a big wrestling fan, today, maybe not a day that we're celebrating, or whatever, man. I gave him the link first. Sue me. I just typed in a C before an N. But anyway, if you're a big WWE fan, maybe today, not a day that you're really celebrating. Of course, yesterday, the massive amount of cuts to a lot of wrestlers and a lot of backstage workers. So yeah, maybe not a day that we're celebrating, but hopefully today we can, not really, we can all collectively just come together and, watch this custom universe mode and just kind of, forget about what's just happened. Not that, we need to forget, but, we don't need to forget about the people who were released, but, instead come together to just watch a wrestling show that we can all enjoy without having to worry about outside forces, because that's what I'm here for, ladies and gentlemen. I just, I put this together not only for your entertainment, but for my entertainment, to just take a little bit of your time every day to just sit back, hang out, the wrestling match, I guess, is really secondary. Just come out, hang out in the chat, talk a whole bunch of smack, and just have a wrestling show going in the background. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much, Garrett. I thank you. I take great pride in the fact that I'm the new WWE. Anyway, let's take a look at the power rankings for this week. Of course, Nate Dogg, Aiden, and Nick T sitting in the top 3 for another week. Of course, last week, that's not true. I literally just explained why I did them. Of course, last week, let's see here, Nick T was actually beaten by Garrett in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Aiden wasn't involved in the show, and Nate Dogg also not involved in the show. Garrett, I don't know how you're out of the top 5. I literally just let the game pick who's in the power rankings. I don't adjust them. I just let the game do it. But I don't know. The thing for this is stupid. But anyway, the top 3 guys who are still top 3 for some reason this week are all were not involved in the show or lost their matchup. Nick T, how embarrassing. Um, Nick T has won his like 50%, not even 25% of his singles matches. I'm like, dude, you suck. This is why you're in a tag team with Christian, for God's sakes. Anyway, Shan moving into the top 5. How cool is that? Of course, this Sunday will be her title match against Kelsey. So, good for her to move into the top 5. Willie the Wheel still hanging in there. Of course, he's going to face Nate Dogg at SummerSlam. And then just outside the top 5, Garrett and Nick E, the Bear Brigade, still on the precipice of that of rejoining the top 5. But yeah, they're still looking for who to defend their championships, who they're going to defend their championships against at SummerSlam. Retro Jordan, sitting at number 8. Of course, last week, Retro Jordan not involved in the show, but of course, a tweet from the Game Master Twitter account last night, followed by a tweet from Dustin, who is in the number 9 spot, saying that the Game Master's arrival is imminent, and that Dustin and Matthew, the emissaries of the Game Master, they have made it their mission to take out the false hero that is Retro Jordan. So maybe a little bit of Retro Jordan gotta watch his back over the coming weeks while the Game Master prepares to arrive here on SmackDown Live. And then finally, at the number 10 spot, Alex, of course, who won the triple threat match last week to become number 1 contender to the WWE Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, with that out of the way, of course, taking a look at the calendar, this is the go-home edition to SmackDown. SummerSlam, this is the go-home edition of SmackDown. SummerSlam coming up this Sunday, so tomorrow we will have a big supercard show. But yeah, let's get into this match card as Garrett and Nick T hurl around arguably some of the worst insults. Yeah, Garrett, oh my god, that is a terrible freaking insult, dog. Anyway, let's get into this match card. So tonight, here in our opening matchup of the night, Nick E and Garrett, the Bear Brigade, take on the Superhero Club. Of course, the Superhero Club, of course, the Bear Brigade is still looking for challengers for their tag team championships for Sunday. The Superhero Club looking to put their names into the hat for a chance to challenge Bear Brigade on Sunday. Then, of course, the tweet earlier from Dustin and the Game Master saying that they were looking to take out Retro Jordan, and they'll get a chance to do that tonight as Dustin and Matthew go 2-on-1 against Retro Jordan in a handicap match. Then, in our third match, Jess and Shan go 1-on-1. Of course, Shan tuning up her last tune-up match before she faces Kelsey for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship on Sunday. Then, in our main event, it will be champions versus challengers. Nate Dogg, the Intercontinental Champion, teams up with Aiden, the WWE Champion, to take on their #1 contenders, Willie the Wheel for the Intercontinental Championship, and Alex for the WWE Championship. Of course, Stormin Norman and Matty G both in their respective corners tonight. And as well, we will hear from Mr. Money in the Bank, Brad, as he would like to, he wants to make sure that he stays in the conversation as he's holding on the Money in the Bank briefcase. Why another tag match? It makes sense to do a tag match before the pay-per-view with the champions on one side and the challengers on the other hand. Anyway, let's start the show, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, what's up, Booberry? And welcome everybody to SmackDown Live. We are here tonight in Florence, Italy. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, across the pond, we are going to have a excellent edition of SmackDown Live. We're kicking things off with what should be a high-paced matchup between the tag team champions Bear Brigade and the Superhero Club, two fan favorite tag teams going to battle in our opening matchup. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight. Of course, SummerSlam this Sunday. We're getting prepared for the biggest party of the summer. But we are still a couple days away and still have a couple key decisions that could be made here tonight on this edition of SmackDown Live. And it seems the fun has already started in the chat. Again, Garrett and Nick T going back and forth with some of the worst insults I have ever seen. And then, of course, Nick T also coming after my booking style. Again, I don't make mistakes. I am the Paul Heyman of Universe Mode. But let's get into this opening round matchup as we await the arrival of the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, ladies and gentlemen. You wanted to see it. Here they are, the Bear Brigade. Of course, dressed in their finest bear costumes here tonight, making their way to the ring. Of course, Garrett the brown bear, Nick the yellow bear. Of course, after fans demanded it on the last episode, changed up the entrance attire for the Bear Brigade. But yes, you see Garrett up there on the second turnbuckle talking to the crowd, and now Nick up on the other turnbuckle. The Bear Brigade ready to go to war tonight with the Superhero Club. Paul Heyman is one of the best creative minds of all time. He's a great booker and a great on-screen talent, Nick. So, and just because you hate him, just proves that you have no taste in wrestling. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. My booking style is 10 out of 10. Nick is just bitter because he's a terrible wrestler on SmackDown Live. How do you lose to Aiden and then literally get pinned twice by Garrett? Trying not to be insulting to Garrett, but you're supposed to be the best wrestler on the roster, and you lose to a guy who's one half of the tag team champions. Doesn't really get into singles matches. You suck, Nick. Don't ever come at me with that garbage again. But anyway, Morgan coming down to the ring, the first one half of the Superhero Club. In the ring, awaiting his partner. Of course, the Superhero Club, as of right now, not booked for SummerSlam, but that could change here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Victory over the Tag Team Champions could lead to a title match come Sunday. But we will see.
And his partner from Vancouver, British Columbia.
I mean, you lost to Aiden, and then you beat Dan, who I think is the only person on this roster who's shittier wrestler than you are in terms of singles matches. And then you lost twice to Garrett. Technically, you've lost twice to Garrett. So, don't come at me with this, my garbage. Don't come at me with this, I'm garbage at booking shows ever again. Get fucked, Nick. You're going to stay in the tag team division with forever. And in to the ring is Rico. Of course, the young high flyer, still looking to establish himself here on SmackDown Live along with his partner Morgan. That is very true. I know you do a lot better in ultra-violent Japanese death matches and stuff like that, but so do I, so whatever. So here we go, Morgan and Nick going to start this off into the collar and elbow tie-up. Taking that side wrist lock is Nick E. Morgan goes into, or with the counters out of it, and now going to throw Nick to the mat. Big collar and elbow tie-up. Morgan into a wrist lock of his own. Going to wrench it, bringing him down to a knee. Going to switch. Ooh, and now Nick going to take him down. Working over that arm. Morgan's got to find a way to get out of this. I tossed you a match, the frickin', like yesterday, dog, and you weren't here. And you're just mad I broke your XWE tag team streak. Well, Nick, you're just mad that I broke your XWE tag team streak when you and Swanton were champs, and I filled in for Swanton, and then I lost you the belts. So your bitterness outweighs my bitterness about the tag team titles. So suck on that, asshole. Anyway, and yeah, Christian, I threw you a match on the last episode and you weren't here. So I figured you weren't going to be here today, so I didn't throw you a match today, okay? You just tell me when you're going to show up for the shows and I'll book you a match. Anyway, Rico and Garrett. Garrett now tagged in by Nick E. Garrett now in the ring. Of course, coming off of a momentous win yesterday over the piece of shit Nick T. Garrett looking to carry forward that, the momentum into this tag team match, as well as the tag team title defense that they have at SummerSlam. Technically technically, I never lost the belt, so you aren't a tag team champion. You aren't a tag champion. Technically, your team lost the championship because Immortals was defending them under the Freebird rule. So technically, you were the weakest member of Immortals. Hence, the reason I never wanted you in the group to begin with. Hence, the reason I wanted to replace you with El Generico. Anyway, Garrett tags in Nick. Big snapmare into the boot to the face of Rico. Now into a power bomb position. Big sit-out power bomb by Nick Everett. Rico no-sells it. Very Nick T of him to just no-sell a power bomb, but gut-wrench suplex, and he's got to sell that. Big stomp to the back. And now Rico gonna fight out of that. Finally gonna take back the match. Maybe looking to tag in his partner Morgan, but boom, big sidewinder there by Rico. Brings Nick back to his feet. Into the corner goes Nick. And tag made it to Morgan. Puts him down. Big double super kick to Nick. And now Nick gonna tag in Garrett. Garrett gonna come in like a house of fire. Big drop kick to Morgan. Morgan back to his feet. Huge clothesline by Garrett. Another big drop kick by or heel kick by Garrett. Now Garrett rolls him through. Big kick to the temple. And gonna roll him over. Going into the cover is Garrett. 1, 2, and a kick out by Morgan. Alright, sorry. So, I did not agree to that. Plus, you were the one who lost that match. Again, you can keep telling me that I was the one who lost the match. You were the tag champ. You were one half of the tag champs. Immortal was told we'd be defending it under the Freebird rule. And if you're such a god wrestler, why didn't you win the match while you were in there? Because you suck. You're not as good as you say. Just saying. I was the best wrestler in Immortal. Just putting that out there. And now Garrett into the cat's meow that Selena Del Sol won and broken up by Morgan. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that move apparently now called the cat's meow, as Garrett has officially named it. He actually hasn't. He's actually going to hear that call. His finisher called that for the first time. Big drop kick in the corner. Well, then how come you didn't start the match? If you're the veteran of the tag team thing, how come you didn't start the match? Because you suck. That's why you made me do it. And then I lost quickly because I was surprised by our opponent. It's not because I'm bad. It's because I was surprised by the opponent. They came out and hit me with something that I hadn't seen. I hadn't game planned for. Okay? And now, big tag here by Rico. Big shoulder knockdown by Morgan. Oh, went for the big boot, but Garrett somehow dodges that. Now, big tag here to Nick. Snapmare into the boot to the face of Morgan. You haven't missed any day. You haven't missed anything, Kelsey. We're just starting off the show. This is the first match of the night. Tag team match between the Bear Brigade. Oh, I know what you missed. You missed me and Garrett in bear suits. I changed the entrance attire to bear suits for me and Garrett. But now we're in our wrestling gear, so... yeah, unfortunately. But anyway, Morgan and Nick... or Morgan sending Nick back in the ring. Nick back up to his feet. Anyway. Yes, Nick is complaining about a league on Wrestling Amino that was being booked by a moron at the time. And he's blaming me for losing his tag team championships when I was the leader of a faction who at one point held most of the championships in the XWA. And then later was the longest reigning tag team champions of the company, so it didn't really matter. But Nick hasn't said any of that. Anyway, Morgan calling for his finish, calling Nick to his feet. And look at this, look at this. The big F5 to Nick Everett. His hand is under the ropes. Yeah, that's right. That's a rope break there by Nick E. Now into that camel. Oh, no. Thought he was going to go for a camel clutch there, but no. Big clotheslines from Morgan. Ducks under. Big jumping clothesline. Morgan firing up here. Whips him into the corner. Went for the big knee, but Nicky gets out of the way. Gonna stick him with the power bomb into the cover, but a rope break as well. Now Nick making sure Rico gets out of the ring. Gonna drag him into the middle of the ring, and now into the STFU. Oh, but Morgan breaks out of that with ease. Big elbows to the face. Oh, and Morgan now gonna power bomb him. Oh, and he's not gonna let go. Another power bomb, and now up into a third power bomb. And Nick E just getting worked over right now. Needs to make a tag, but instead will be sent into the opposing corner. Morgan tags in Rico. Rico in, sending Nick E off the ropes. Big back body drop. And now Nick E just laying motionless on the mat. Rico going up to the top rope. But Nick E up to his feet, catches him into the FU. Bang! Puts him onto the mat, into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and broken up by Morgan. Garrett unfortunately can't get to his partner in time, or can't get to Morgan in time, and Morgan will break up the pinfall. Now, Nick E and Rico back in the ring. Big arm drag there by Nick E. Off the ropes, big shoulder tackle. Off the other set of ropes, another big shoulder tackle. Rico goes for the clothesline, misses into that sit-out twirling power bomb, and now Rico reeling here as Nick Everett is on the attack. Big stomp to the face. Rico going up. Oh, went for the splash, but Nick moves out of the way. Crash and burn into the cover. 1, 2, 3. No, kick out by Rico. Of course, went for that big 630 splash. Oh, and now Rico going to try and take back control of this matchup. Gets him to his feet. Whipped into the corner is Rico. And now, what's Nick looking for here? Oh, going to whip him into his corner. No, take over hip toss. Big stomp to the gut, into the gut wrench. Is there a reason why you have the John Cena moveset? Yeah, I was making fun of myself in high school, because in high school I was definitely the guy who talked the most shit about John Cena. By the way, what a beautiful maneuver by the tag team champions into the cover. 1, 2, and broken up by Morgan. But yeah, I was like the guy who definitely talked the most shit about John Cena in high school, and was like really into like the wrestling guys, like the really good like wrestlers like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. Well, probably more CM Punk at the time. But I was definitely the guy who, when we would wrestle in the backyards, would use the attitude adjustment and would use the "you can't see me" and the STF. So I was just making fun of myself for being a closet John Cena fan. By the way, Garrett, of course, hitting the cat's meow out of nowhere, and pinning Rico, and the tag champs have a victory. Have built up a pretty nice victory here the week before SummerSlam. And some pretty spectacular wrestling tonight. Both teams looked like they could have won it at any moment. The tag champs pulling off a victory. Garrett and Nick victorious here tonight. Of course, still without opponents for SummerSlam, but I'm sure SmackDown Live management will somehow find a way to, or somehow find out which team will challenge them this Sunday. But ladies and gentlemen, we now turn our attention to a far more serious and grave matter. The Game Master, of course, this mysterious man that we've heard so much about over the past couple of weeks, ever since Dustin and Matthew debuted on SmackDown Live as his emissaries. Well, the Twitter account belonging to him, of course, last night, tweeting out that his arrival is imminent and his emissaries are to clear his path. So Dustin, of course, tweeting back at the account that they have targeted the false hero that is Retro Jordan, and tonight they look to take Retro Jordan out in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Of course, Retro Jordan, this originally was supposed to be a tag team match, but then SmackDown management changing the main event to a champion versus challengers tag team match. So Retro Jordan unable to find an opponent last minute. Now will have to go it alone against the emissaries of the Game Master. And what would you like it to be called, Garrett? I can call it whatever you want. I really like the Cat Meow, but whatever. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Retro Jordan in the building. Getting set to take on the emissaries of the Game Master. Dustin and Matthew. Of course, still not a lot known about these two, even in the number of weeks that they've been on SmackDown Live. Only that they're here to clear the path for the Game Master, whose arrival to SmackDown Live sounds imminent. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Retro Jordan going to be in for a big fight tonight. Of course, these two men, just looking at them, these two behemoths can do a lot of damage, ladies and gentlemen. So, Retro Jordan gonna want to live to fight another day. He's gonna want to end this quick and early. As you see Matthew in the hoodie, Dustin in the black t-shirt and shorts, gonna step inside the ring now. And if I'm Retro Jordan, I am very, very upset that my partner that I originally had scheduled for this match was taken out of this match last minute. as I now have to go it alone against two very dangerous men. And right off the bat, Dustin just throwing Retro Jordan around like he's nothing. But Retro Jordan going to take advantage here with this very odd-looking submission hold, but very effective. Going to stretch out that hip flexor and the glutes. Going to cause a lot of pain in those muscles, and those muscles that, you know, they generate a lot of power for the bigger guys like Dustin, trying to weaken the base of a big guy like this, trying to take him off of his feet. But Retro Jordan now was in control, but oh, that big chop block by Dustin. His partner was supposed to be Willie, the Wheel. Of course, over the past couple of weeks, they've seemed to form a really interesting alliance, the two of them. But no, instead his partner was taken out of this match and put into our main event, the Champions versus Challengers tag team match. But yes, now Dustin just teeing off on Retro Jordan on the outside. And now throwing him back inside the ring. Oh, big kick to the back. And now Retro Jordan, not very, usually about peace and love, man. But tonight about violence and kicking ass. And he's doing a pretty good job. Into the cover goes Retro Jordan. One. And a kick out by Dustin. That just sounds like bad booking. If you think you can do better, Nick, be my guest. Do Universe Mode. Book your shows however you want to. I think this is good booking because it's long-term booking. Screw you. And again, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch the show. Boom! Big forearm in the corner there by Retro Jordan. Now going to work over Matthew, the younger and arguably lesser known of the two behemoths in the corner. Big pile driver to Matthew. Into the cover. One. And a kick out by Matthew. Matthew just kicked out at one after suffering a pile driver, ladies and gentlemen. Now Retro Jordan going to set him up for that neck breaker. Big kick to the gut. Oof. And a big neck breaker there. And it could be over here, ladies and gentlemen. One, two, and a kick out. Again, I have to stress how incredible that is, ladies and gentlemen. After a pile driver and neck breaker, Matthew kicked out of the pile driver at one and kicked out of the neck breaker after that at two. These two gentlemen here are... It seems like they're impervious to pain, ladies and gentlemen. Into the corner goes Retro Jordan. Big splash. And now Dustin. Going to throw him back into the corner. Another big splash. Now just going to continue the punishment here on Retro Jordan. Dustin going up to the top rope. Going to look for that diving headbutt a la Chris Benoit. Back into the corner. This time, went for the tag, but Retro Jordan to stop that. Reverse DDT. Going to show off the non-existent muscles there is Retro Jordan. Big clothesline. Another big clothesline. Ducks underneath. Jumping clothesline. Again, Retro Jordan, for those of you who don't know, big wrestling star in the 1960s, cryogenically froze himself and was told, left explicit instructions to unthaw him in 2019/2020 so that he could compete against the new crop of superstars. And now into his signature neckbreaker. And this could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Into the cover. One. And a broken up by Matthew. And that's what you got to worry about here in this matchup if you're Retro Jordan. It's 2-on-1. You don't have a partner watching your back. You have to defeat these two guys by yourself. Retro Jordan whiffed it on that elbow. Now going to just pick up Matthew. Big strike to the stomach. And now a freak accident by Dustin leaves Jordan lying. Into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by Retro Jordan. What heart, what determination here from Retro Jordan. Into the corner he goes. Big back elbow. Now going to take Dustin into the opposite corner. Went for the splash. Dustin moves out the way. Back into the corner with Matthew. Big tag to Matthew. Now going to send him off the ropes and a big back body drop from these two mammoths. And a kick out at 2 by Retro Jordan. Big shoulder tackle there by Matthew. And now a power slam, the falling power slam here to Jordan. And, oh, big European uppercut, big chop, a la Ric Flair. Big forearm in the corner. And a big pile driver to Matthew. You're right. Jose from Room 6 would be an excellent addition to the roster. You should just make him like some very overtly racist Mexican stereotype. Like the giant sombrero and like the poncho and like the twirly mustache. Or like what do you envision Jose from Room 6 looking like, Nick? Big forearm there by Jordan, and now trying to recuperate some of the air, some of the oxygen that he's lost as these behemoths have beat down on him. But Matthew taking that foot, planting Jordan into the ground. And now going to continue to work over the legs of Retro Jordan. Oh, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Big forearm in the corner. Man, I really wish they had that animation in the game where he would throw a Bible at you. If they had that animation in the game, I'd make Jose from Room 6. Absolutely. But yes, now Retro Jordan, big punch on the outside. For the chop, blocked. And now Matthew just running him over on the outside. And now gonna gorilla press slam it. Oh my goodness gracious, onto the floor. The gorilla press slam. They gotta be worried about the referee's count. Is this gonna end in a count out? It looks like it, ladies and gentlemen. Count of 9. Matthew back in the ring, Jordan back in the ring. This will not end by countout. And Now Jordan gonna flex on the crowd. Big kick to the midsection. Oh, and a reversal here by Matthew. Whipped into the corner. Dustin gonna take hold of Jordan, and Matthew just gonna try and shake the cobwebs out of his head. Dustin, let's go with Jordan, and big Irish whip here by Jordan into the corner. Big splash, missed. Now Matthew. Oh, the Krav Maga, bang, plants him into the mat. Gonna pull him into the middle of the ring, into the cover, and I think this is it, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3. And the masters of the game, Dustin and Matthew, have won this tag team match and have begun the decimation of the supposed false hero that is Retro Jordan, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, this was at points hard to watch. Both teams, or both the Masters of the Game and Retro Jordan, both looking at times like they would win the matchup. But unfortunately for Jordan, he had to match up against two men hell-bent on taking him out of action. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to women's division action. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Shan versus Jess. Of course, this Sunday being Summerslam, Jess with one final opportunity to tune up before her championship match with Kelsey at SummerSlam. But Jess, as always, looking to play the spoiler, looking to come away with a victory here and possibly force her way into that women's championship match at SummerSlam. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sure this will be a great matchup. Of course, two very similarly styled competitors in this match, both using speed over power, and I'm sure this will be a fantastic encounter. But here we go. Making her way to the ring first, of course, Miss Wonderful herself, Jess, making her way to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is. Yes, Miss Wonderful Jess making her way to the ring. And you know she has the attitude, the skills, the demeanor to play spoiler here tonight for the number one contender to the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, Shan. She also has the political stroke backstage with, since aligning herself with Kelsey, since she won the Women's Championship, that I don't think that it would be much of a surprise if she were to knock off Shan here tonight. Jess may be added to that Women's Championship match on Sunday at SummerSlam due to the relationship she has with the Women's Champion. But of course, she upsetting and defeating this woman will be a task much easier said than done. Of course, the former SmackDown Live Women's Champion making her way to the ring, held the title for 79 days, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, making her way down to the ring.
from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
And looking to regain her title, which of course she was, her reign abruptly ended by Kelsey at Money in the Bank in a singles match. But Shan has not let the loss of her championship keep her down, as she's continued to put on performance after performance here on SmackDown Live in the following weeks. Tonight she looks to add another great performance and win to her resume by beating Jess here tonight. Let's get it on, ladies and gentlemen. And off the bat, here's Jess. Shan off the ropes and big basement dropkick to the knee there by Jess. And now taunting the crowd is Jess. Of course, Jess very much a similar style, one would have to say, to mid-90s Shawn Michaels. She goes into the crucifix cover here. 2 count and a kick out, almost a 3 count, ladies and gentlemen. Big DDT here by Jess. Shan now in control of this matchup. Jess down. Oh, and Shan with a page turner. But Jess back to her feet rather quickly. And now going to work on the arm of Shan. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is the go-home episode of SmackDown before we bring you our Super Show, our Super Card Summerslam tomorrow on our live stream. Of course, that will be a regular time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Atlantic. The scheduling conflict. A scheduling conflict came up earlier this week. We thought we may have to reschedule, but we will be live same time tomorrow for our Supercard SummerSlam. Of course, lots of titles on the line tomorrow as Jess goes into the cover off of that Dark Carnival. The Death Valley Rolling Driver, now going into that Butterfly Facebuster and looking for the win here on Shan, but not even a 1 count, but I think that was a rope break actually. And Miss Wonderful going to talk some trash as she continues to hold the advantage here in this matchup. Of course, Shan going to the outside after Jess is knocked to the ringside. And, went for a big power slam on the outside, but Jess fights her way out of that. And now into a huge DDT on the outside floor. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, just think of the concussion possibilities that move could have. And now Jess trying to work her way around ringside with Shan in tow, but Shan fights out of it. And now a big swinging neck breaker on the outside. And now a referee count up to 7, I believe. Back in the ring, Jess and Shan. Shan working over the legs here of Jess. Of course, trying to take out the base of that butterfly facebuster suplex that she hit earlier in the matchup. Into the corner. Big shoulders to the midsection, and now a super kick. Partey. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Down, Jess crumples to the mat, and now Shan gonna set up for it. This is a very impressive move, ladies and gentlemen. The what the flip DDT, the WTF, into the cover. 1, 2, and kick out by Jess. What a maneuver there by there by Shan. And kick. Oh, and Jess rolling outside at the ring. Shan gonna follow her out. Now in the fireman's carry, gonna drop her face first off the ring apron. Throws her back inside the ring. And of course, as now Shan gonna go to the top rope. Oh, went for the frog splash, but Jess gets the knees up. And now that modified neck breaker. Now Jess gonna talk some trash again. Big kick to the back of the neck. Oh, and into this submission hold of some sort. I don't know what you'd call it, but interesting. And now Jess again gonna talk some trash to the WWE Universe here tonight. Of course, here in Florence, Italy, ladies and gentlemen. Big backstabber to Jess, which is also Nick T's nickname. The backstabber. Jess whipping Shan into the ropes. Oh, and the edge-o-matic. 1, 2, and a kick out by Shan. What a maneuver there by Jess. Again, a move made famous by the Rated R superstar. And now Shan whipped into the corner by Jess. Oh, went for that running shoulder, but now a Hurricane Rana. And now Shan going to talk to the WWE Universe. Up to the top rope. Going to dive to the outside, missing just by a little bit there. Going to take control. Off the ring apron goes Jess. Now, bringing her back to her feet. Big super kick on the outside. And, oh, missed the step up her enziguri. Now back inside the ring are these two ladies into that, reversed DDT. Up to the top rope. Jess half a ring away, ladies and gentlemen. Shan still going to go for it. The moon stomp. That could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out by Jess. I don't know. I was literally... Nobody had put anything in the chat, Nick. So I just needed something to get somebody to say something in the chat, okay? I don't actually think you're a backstabber. You're a pretty douchey guy, but you're definitely not a backstabber. Big super kick here by Shan. Oh, and a kick to the temple here by Jess. Big knee right on the chin. And now into that hammer lock. Oh, back suplex. Dropping her right on her elbow. Pulling her in the middle of the ring. Gonna go for the cover. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, and a kick out by Shan. Back back up to her feet, and ooh, gonna wrench in on that arm. Into the corner goes Jess. Oh, and now that ooh, lucha style Hurricane Rana. Back up to the top rope goes Shan, maybe looking for that moon stomp again, but no, caught with the super kick. Came off the top rope. That looked like Garrett jumping off the back of a truck, getting bitch slapped by Nick T into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by Shan. Oh my goodness gracious, the impact of that super kick, ladies and gentlemen. And now Jess putting the knee into the back of the neck of Shan. What are you WTFing me, man? I made an analogy that you guys would know. Big neck breaker. And now into a modified reverse DDT. How do the... yeah. I don't know, man. But now into that... oh, now into this painful hold, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, big back elbow. Oh, spinning back fist. Oh, big shot to the midsection here by Shan. Oh, and now into the corner goes Jess. Oh, went. Yeah, sorry, I thought that is what you were talking about. I didn't think you were talking about the move. And Jess drops Shan. And now going to continue to stomp away here. Both these women. This is a battle of attrition, ladies and gentlemen. Big side Russian leg sweep. Jess with a little flourish on the end. Into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. But see, only rolling the shoulder up there. Meaning that she, she's oh, and that dark carnival ride. And now Jess going to go to the top. And Shan with very, not a lot of energy left. Big elbow drop from Jess. Right through the heart of Shan. And I think that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Jess has beaten the #1 contender to the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. What a matchup from both of these women. Spectacular action. A bunch of big moves, of course. The moon stomp from Shan. Later on, the super kick delivered from the top after Shan jumped off the top rope. That hammerlock back suplex. Just an incredible matchup here on SmackDown Live. Absolutely, what a match. Incredible action here on SmackDown Live. But unfortunately,
Here is your winner,
whoa.
the natural, Jessica.
But unfortunately for Shan, just coming up short. As Jess now celebrating her victory. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I cannot say how great of a matchup that was. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we enter the main event of the night. Of course, this match made at the last minute by SmackDown Live management. Champions versus challengers. The team of the Intercontinental Champion Nate Dogg and the WWE Champion Aiden team up to take on their number one contenders, Willie the Wheel and Alex, the King of Death. In the corner for the champions will be Stormin Norman, the father of Nate Dogg, the father and manager of Nate Dogg. And in the corner of the number one contenders will be Matty G. And honestly, the reason that Matty G and Willie are are on the same team is just so I can prove to everybody that they're not the same person. They're two different character models. I've gotten some messages from people saying that I just used one and stuck him as a wrestler in some matches and then made him a manager in other ones. They're two completely different, separate character models, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, come on. Come on. No one said it was the same. I've gotten messages. I'm not saying anybody in the chat has said it today, but I'm just saying. I've gotten messages saying that it's the same freaking people. It's the same person. It's not. It's two separate character models. Oh my god, I'm not having this fight with you guys. I literally have gotten a message saying that they're the same people. You use the same ginger for both managerial and wrestler. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the number one contender to the WWE Championship, of course, winning that big triple threat match last week, beating both Daniel and Nick B to earn the WWE Championship match at SummerSlam. Alex, the King of Death, the first member of the Matty G brand, of course, making his way to the ring. Former WWE champion as well, we should add. The reign only lasting 7 days. But, yeah, continuing, has continued to impress in performances, including his performance last week in the triple threat match. So tonight, looking to gain a mental edge by helping Willie the Wheel gain a victory over the champions that they face Sunday at SummerSlam. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I have been informed by SmackDown Live management that this Sunday at SummerSlam, this man, Willie the Wheel, will challenge once again for the Intercontinental Championship against Nate Dogg. But this time, ladies and gentlemen, it will be inside of a steel cage. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a steel cage for Willie the Wheel and Nate Dogg. But, yeah, that's the message that SmackDown Live management has passed to me, as well as the fact that Florence, Italy, has gingivitis. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the leader of the gingivitis movement, Willie the Wheel, is in to take on. He's ready for tag team action. Of course, maybe not a huge fan of his partner, but looking to get a win over the champions heading in to SummerSlam. Because he's the top contender, Nick. And the fans love him. And he picks up wins at the right time. Unlike some people, you. And now making his way to the ring, accompanied of course by Stormin Norman, is the Intercontinental Champion, Nate Dogg, making his way to the ring, of course, ever since having his father sign on as his manager. A new focus, a new intensity level, a new aggression, a new mean streak coming over the Intercontinental Champion. A couple of savage beatdowns of his opponent at SummerSlam, Willie the Wheel. But and tonight looking to lay another one down only 6 days from SummerSlam. No, he is not the only contender. There are 5 other members in the Intercontinental Championship picture. One of them is Mr. Money in the Bank. The other one is Retro Jordan. And then there's, I think I stuck Logan in there too. But anyway, doesn't matter. I don't care what you think, Nick, because you don't have the guts to book a wrestling show like me. But here comes the WWE Champion, of course, the rowdy redneck Aiden, the WWE Champion. A 2-time WWE Champion. Again, last week finding out that his number 1 contender will be the man that he has defeated, to regain his WWE Championship, Alex. And it looks like Alex and Nate Dogg are going to start this match off. Of course, a battle of the heavyweight and Intercontinental Championship division in the ring currently, and Alex with the early advantage. And I don't think I've ever seen somebody manhandle Nate Dogg like Alex has done in the opening minutes of this matchup. Well, you have a PS4. I'll put them on Community Creations, and you can download them, and then we'll see who shows better. It's going to be mine. I know it already. But yeah, you have no excuse. I'll throw them up on Community Creations. You download them, and then we'll be good to go. Now tagging in the WWE Champion is Nate Dogg, and the WWE Champion is going to go to work on his SummerSlam opponent. I have them on 2K20, Nick. You know this already. And a big knee here by Alex. And now these two are going to look to... and again, in this matchup, another thing that you need to look out for is both teams, all 4 competitors are going to look to gain an advantage going into SummerSlam by inflicting more pain and jabbing at lingering injuries in their opponents. I'm sure Willie the Wheel would love it if Alex came in the ring and in those early moments and just beat down Nate Dogg. And I'm sure that Nate Dogg is loving what he's seeing out of Aiden so far as he's in there against Willie. But now Willie starting the fight back. And a big... now working over the base, the legs, and the base of power for Aiden. Yeah, exactly, not necessarily. You see, you just seem like you're making excuses, Nick. If you think you can book a better show than me, do it. I don't think you can. And now into the mat, driving him shoulder first. And now Aiden going to use his legs to power out of that. Willie got to look for a tag here, as the WWE Champion is unrelenting. Big forearm to the WWE Champion. But a tag made to Nate Dogg, and now these two are going to go to war. Big kick to the back of Nate Dogg. And Willie moving around the ring, looking to make a tag to Alex. Alex comes in, and again, as I said earlier, Willie may be looking for Alex to put a beat down on the Intercontinental Champion before Sunday. But Nate Dogg looking pretty good here as he goes into the cover. One. And a kick out Nate Dogg holding his own against Alex. Alex taking control now of the matchup. Oh, and now Nate Dogg working over that arm. Looking to take away the Death Warrant finisher, of course. That is the trademark of Alex, King of Death. Big DDT here. And it looks like the champions... Oh, were in control, but now a double leg takedown by Alex. And Alex and Willie really working like a true tag team here today. Frequent tags in and out, but big Russian leg sweep right onto the arm of Willie the Wheel. And now Nate Dogg gonna, just gonna work away at that arm. Gonna talk trash to the WWE Universe here in Florence. Big kick to the midsection by Willie. Nate Dogg, however, big jawbreaker, back to his feet. Tries to throw a right hand, but blocked by Willie. Into the corner goes Nate Dogg. Oh. Big shoulder tackle to Alex to the outside, and now going to whip him. Oh, pull back into the backbreaker. And the Intercontinental Champion is rolling. And now a kick to the gut off the ropes. Going to plant him with a pop-up powerbomb into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by Willie at 2. And now, ladies and gentlemen, maybe Nate Dogg gonna look for a tag here to the WWE Champion, and that's what he'll do. Gonna bring in the WWE Champion Aiden into the matchup. And I think Nate Dogg would be more than happy if Aiden were to brutalize Willie a little bit here. But Willie, big yes kicks to the chest. Oh, boom! And a big kick to the side of the head. Into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by Aiden. Elbows now to the shoulder. Working over the WWE Champion is Willie. Into the corner. Big drop kick. And another big drop kick to the button. You're going to pick up Aiden back into the corner. Oh, went for a tag there, but now a shoulder tackle to Alex leaves him on the outside, and Willie now must go it alone against the WWE Champion and the Intercontinental Champion. Well, Alex recovers on the outside of the ring. Big tag here to the Intercontinental Champion. Big boot to the gut. Nate Dogg coming into the ring and going to continue the punishment started by Aiden. Really just manhandling Willie here is Nate Dogg. Of course, Willie with more fighting spirit than anybody else in the company. But, you know, even with all that fighting spirit, at some point, you just gotta stay down. And now gonna work over that knee. Nate Dogg becoming very, very calculated, very methodical in his attack here on his number one contender. Big knee. Oh, and a big clothesline, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and an arm drag there. And now a big float over DDT, planting Willie into the mat. Oh, and rattling the brains of Willie with that huge knee. Into the fireman's carry. And throat first off the ropes, just driving the air out of the lungs of Willie. Now, not going to let him get to Alex, but oh, flipping out of it. Big Pele kick to Nate Dogg. And Willie. Oh, going to start the punishment on the arm. Going to make a tag to his partner, Alex, who comes in. And I think Alex is going to try and close the gap here between the champions and challengers. Off the ropes goes Nate Dogg. You see Storm and Norman wondering, trying to plot up a game plan for what Nate Dogg needs to do to get back in this matchup. As KOD, as Alex is just wearing the Intercontinental Champion down. Big arm drag there. Went for the headbutt, but jawbreaker instead. Oh, went for that chokeslam backbreaker, but Nate Dogg moving out of the way. Oh, couple big strikes, big headbutt in the corner. Big hip toss there by Nate Dogg. Gonna work over the back, driving the back of the head into the mat. And now into the corner. Alex pulling himself up. Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg going for something in the corner, but Alex works his way free. Big boot to the face, and now gonna do the same thing with Nate Dogg down on the mat. Nate Dogg pulling himself up. Big overhand shot by Alex. Now into the corner. Nate Dogg throws Alex. Looked like he was going for a tag team move, but instead gonna sit here and watch Alex in the corner before leaving the ring. Interesting strategy here by Nate Dogg before climbing back in, and now Alex gonna take advantage of that mental lapse. And into that modified camel clutch. Nate Dogg pulling it out. And into the corner. And what's Nate Dogg going to do here? Nothing. He's going to stand there and watch him. Again, I would think that he's going to go for a tag here to the WWE Champion, but, you know, perfect opportunity, but he's not going to do it. It's hot up here. Excuse me. And a big kick to the gut. Off the ropes, and now going to lift Alex in the air. Plants him with a pop-up powerbomb. Aiden into the ring. Matty G up onto the ring apron, breaking up the pin. Willie breaking up the pin. Matty G causing the distraction to the referee to allow Willie to break up the pin. Alex whipping him into the corner. Matty G now in the ring. What the hell is going on here? Chaos here in the main event. Now Alex going to work over Nate Dogg in the corner. Willie back to the corner. Now he's going to drop down. Alex calling for the death warrant. Into the cover. One. And a broken up by the WWE Champion. Big German suplex here by Willie. Again, everything breaking down, ladies and gentlemen. Alex KOD now removing that top turnbuckle pad in the opposite corner, in the corner for the champions to tag in and out of. Fireman's carry, boom, drops him down face first on the top buckle in his corner. Now gonna alley-oop out of the corner. And into the cover. One. And a broken up by WWE Champion Aiden once again, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, exactly. That's our mission statement here at WWE. We pride ourselves on being the only company to hire superstars with Alzheimer's. That kicks in randomly during matches. And a rope break there. And now Aiden, the WWE Champion, back into the ring. going to take advantage as Nate Dogg is pretty much beaten down the number one contender to the WWE Championship, Alex. Aiden, that big chop to the top of the head. Oh. Oh, and now that choke slam backbreaker by Alex. Finally he gets it into the cover. Willie in the ring, Nate Dogg in the ring. Nate Dogg breaks it up before the count. The referee's not in position. What the hell? Dragon suplex there to Nate Dogg. Pulls him out of the ring. Alex back to his feet. Whips the WWE Champion in the corner. Big clothesline to the back of the head. And now into the corner goes Aiden. And now the Alzheimer's, of course, kicking in for Alex. And broken up once again, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Aiden, that big facebuster suplex that he likes to use. Into the cover. Willie going to be in there. Hill's going to break it up at 2. But I think Aiden going to look for that. Oh, Aiden going to go to the outside. Interesting. And now Aiden going to stick Alex with a power bomb into the cover. 1, 2, broken up by Willie. Big shoulder tackle by Alex. Aiden the jawbreaker. Oh, missed the super kick. Into the corner goes Aiden. Big shot to the midsection by Willie. Willie takes control of the front face lock. Shining Wizard to Aiden. Big kicks to the chest of Aiden. Oh, big boot to the side of the face. Rolling him into the ring. Dropping him onto that shoulder. Oh, dropping him down face first onto the top turnbuckle. Now into the corner. Willie reversing. Going to send him into the corner of his own. Possibly make a tag here to Alex, but no, he's going to stand there and just watch him again. Son of a bitch, come on. Do something. And now going to take him down into the Ginge Lock. Is Aiden going to tap out here? The referee stopping Aiden's crawl to the ropes, but going to fight out of it anyway. Whipped into the corner. big boot pressed up against the... Oh, and now a big forearm to Aiden. Drops him, kind of rather gingerly. Haha, no pun intended. And now these curb stomps by Willie the Wheel. Gonna tag in Alex coming into the ring. Big kick to the knee of Aiden. Thrown hard off that turnbuckle into the... Oh. A claw of some sort. Thought he was going to go for the chokeslam backbreaker, but no, he powers out. Oh, and now going for it. No, big back elbows by Aiden. Big clothesline. Turns him over. Gonna work around on that knee. And whipping him into the corner. Nate Dogg taking control. Big knee to the gut. Oh, and he went for that discus clothesline, but Alex was falling already. Now whipped in the corner. Big tag to Willie. Into that modified Tower of Doom. And now Willie gonna go on the attack against the WWE Champion. Imagine if Willie was the one to pin the WWE Champion in this tag team matchup. How crazy would that be, ladies and gentlemen? Aiden now back to his feet. Willie the big European uppercut. And now big stomp to the elbow and shoulder. Oh, and Willie in the fight back. Throwing him into the corner. Oh, reversal. Big German here by Aiden. And now looking for that discus clothesline once again. Big discus clothesline into the cover. One, no, not even a one count. Matty G pulling the referee out of the ring as Nate Dogg plants his signee with a DDT. Now the ref back inside the ring. A big stomp here by Aiden. Now going to rain down fists into Willie the Wheel's face. Picking him back up on his feet. Went for that big boot once again. Sidewalk slam to Willie. Now Aiden going to stomp away at Willie. Taunting the crowd. Modified crossface. Big knee to the back. Anyway, the Intercontinental Champion in the ring. Anyway, Alex now into the corner, taking off that top turnbuckle pad. And gonna look to maybe for the death warrant here on the Intercontinental Champion. Death warrant into the cover. One. Broken up. The referee knocked out by the WWE Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, this match seems like it could go on forever. Alex and Aiden now, a little confrontation. Aiden getting the better of that as he crawls back out onto the tag, or onto the ring apron. Now a big right hand shot from Alex. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Big backdrop here by the champions. Aiden. Big boot to Alex. And now Alex just face down in the ring. Aiden needs to take advantage, but gonna tag out to Nate Dogg instead. Now Nate Dogg gonna call for it. A big kick to the midsection. Plants him with the pop-up powerbomb into the cover in his own corner. No. Matty G gets up on the apron to break the count. Willie breaking up the pinfall shortly thereafter. The referee's out. Big clothesline from Nate Dogg. Tag to Willie. Ref never saw it. Willie misses the knee. And now Nate Dogg going to continue to wear down Willie, who will be allowed to stay in this match as the legal competitor, even though the ref never saw the tag. What the fuck? And now, big flip over. Oh, misses the low drop kick. Does Willie. Now Nate Dogg going to go to the top rope, but chopped on his way up by Willie. Going to the outside, they spill. Referee going to start his count. Big overhand strike from Willie is knocked aside by Nate Dogg. Now going to take control. Off the ring steps goes Nate Dogg. And again, these two involved in a bitter rivalry over the Intercontinental Championship. Big a face first off the ring apron again. Referee already up to a count of 4. And now going to be brought back inside by Willie is Nate Dogg. Big boot to the side of the head. Willie's going to crawl back inside the ring. Into the corner goes Nate Dogg. Reversed. Float over DDT. Planting Willie in the center of the ring. Now into the corner goes Willie. Off the ropes, big back body drop here by the champions. Aiden going to take over. Went for the clothesline, but Willie ducks out of the way. Big kick into his own corner. Big drop kick. Another big drop kick. And now Willie on the attack. Oh, Nate Dogg catching his focus. So Willie's going to tag out. Alex comes in and gets thrown face first into the ground after tries to attack Aiden from behind. Big knee here in the corner, double team by the Champions. Off the ropes and went for a belly to belly, but instead gets hip tossed. Into the corner goes Aiden. Big kick. Alex clothesline. Whipping Aiden back into the corner is Alex. And now, going to throw him back into the opposing corner. Big tag here to Nate Dogg. Huge shot to the midsection. Death warrant out of nowhere by Alex into the cover. 1, 2, broken up by Aiden. And now Alex gonna big shoulder tackle to Aiden. Alex gonna take off that top turnbuckle pad. And now Nate Dogg fights his way out of that. Went for a big clothesline. Gets planted in the center of the ring, or in the corner area. Big shot by Alex. Oh, went for the big kick, but instead Alex taking control of the side of the head. Plants him with the pop-up powerbomb into the cover, damn it. 1, 2, 3. And the champions have defeated the challengers, ladies and gentlemen, in a fucking long match. If I'm being honest, it was very long, very evenly matched. That's why it's so long. A lot of bullshit, not gonna lie. But you know, overall, not too bad of a matchup, if I'm being completely honest. Just very long. And I'm thanking the Lord it's over. But Nate Dogg and Aiden, the Intercontinental and WWE Champions, going to celebrate tonight. But will they celebrate this Sunday at Summerslam when they go one-on-one with their respective opponents for the championships they hold? Garrett, we still have one more segment, man. Yes, that's right. We are not done, ladies and gentlemen. We have Brad, Mr. Money in the Bank, gonna come out and say a few words to the WWE Universe. Yeah, that's right. You must have forgotten about this while that tag team match was going on. But he's coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Money in the Bank coming out, cutting a promo before we end this SmackDown Live. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Brad making his way to the ring. Mr. Money in the Bank. Gonna tell us what's on his mind. You know what? It's not too bad of a first part of a promo. You know, true. His next career progression would be all the way to the top. saying it's time to get serious, ladies and gentlemen. Again, maybe foreshadowing the Money in the Bank contract when he'll cash that in. Crossing paths more than we've wanted. And he wants his match, ladies and gentlemen. I'm assuming that this man is talking about his WWE Championship opportunity. First of all, there's only one jackass who runs this place, and it's me. Well, again, promising we're going to see a more confident, more dominant, more destructive Brad. Of course, the type of confidence that only the Money in the Bank briefcase can give you. Will Summerslam be the night that Brad cashes in Money in the Bank? We will see, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of WWE 2K19 Universe Mode, the Go Home SmackDown edition. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back tomorrow, same time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Atlantic, for SummerSlam. So keep it locked into this channel. Come on back. Tomorrow, the super card of the summer is on tap. So ladies and gentlemen, come on back. As always, I've been your host, Nick Everett. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.